And Eric here really feeling his pain. I know what it's like to be at your first major final table. He really wants to shove, but I just don't think he's going to find it from what we've seen so far. He's missed about 3 or 4 chances to get a shove through. And his first big final table in live poker. I can feel his pain, but just another very, very tight fold there. And he does get away with it as Muller now puts in half his stack with the ace-king suited. Insane. And looks like Adam's got... Whoa! Chip leader picking up kings. And we saw an ace folded as well, so it just gets better and better for Mr. Carmen there in the hijack. Nielsen now in the big blind and just doesn't want to be doing anything here. Far too wide of a hand. I don't know what the hell he's thinking here. It's gone a guy who looks tight and has been quite tight so far, puts in half his stack. The chip leader has min 3-bet, and there we go. Finally gets out the way, and the money goes in ace-king suited versus kings. Muller there sat back in his chair, kind of thinking, well, wasn't expecting that one, but fair enough. Flop me the ace, then dealer. Couple of red ones for a sweat. Let's see it. Okay, there's some potential there. He's got the backdoor hearts. He's got the backdoor deuce 3. Some potential indeed. 6 of diamonds, not offering much, and the demeanor slightly turns into a audible sigh. Eric there, you can see in seat 1, really sweating this one. That gives him the pay jump. He'll feel like a genius now folding the ace-5 suited, but oh, and Andre Deset here running into the king-king of Nielsen, ripping the ace-10 suited for his last 10 bigs, and Nielsen now tending to look like he's got a tough spot, hoping to, you know, have some kind of influence in getting Eric to come along in the big blind, who finds the pocket jacks, and he's, you know, one of the tightest players I've ever seen at the final table. If there's anyone that can get away from this spot, it is going to be Eric. But I don't think we can, to be honest. So if he wants to, it would be an unbelievably good fold. Wow, he folds. What a boss. What a boss. The ICM at this point is not entirely significant, I would say, because the pay jumps between 6 and 5 and 5 and 4 are exactly the same. They're 2K apiece. So I think I'd have taken the chance, and Andre Deset's charging into the lead with the flopped ace, as Eric Berner there in suit 1 will feel like he's dodged a bullet. The king on the turn seals the deal. Wow, what a roller coaster of a ride that was. Andre running into both kings in the small blind and jacks in the big blind. Carmen under the gun, ace king off. Apart from the kings, first super premium hand we've seen him hold. pops it up to 350. Nemlik comes in there with heel on the button. Nielsen once again, looking quite interested with a fairly speculative holding. We've seen him fold this situation after he's kind of acted like this for the most part. How are we going to see him act now? Is he going to come in for a heel? No, I like his decision. Could be a nice hand for a 3-bet as well, but maybe just a little bit apprehensive to get into a spot versus the chip leader there. 5 in the window, and this is what I was talking about earlier when I said that tournament poker can really just swing against you even after you've ran pretty good to get to the final table. Looks like Carmen here is, going to lose his stack the vast majority of this hand, or at least should I say double up Nemlik on the 4.4 million for stack to pot ratio. Just a couple of big bets going in, and that will see the tides turn in Nemlik's favour. Let's go for a bet. He's got that ace of clubs as well, and a call from Nemlik, because he knows that Adam is going to have a wide range of hands in this spot, so not too worried about anything really getting there. Even if a club comes on the turn, it's not the end of the world. Just doesn't really have a bad turn card for himself. 6 of spades. Still a lot of worse hands that can call him. Any worse King X, any King X of clubs, of course. You're going to have some hands like 6-7 suited, maybe the odd 8-7 suited in spades. He does like to bet 1.1 million, which if it were to be called would leave 3.8 in there with 3 behind effective. And Nemlik going for that, rather kind of weak means strong look of worry, look of confusion, look of, oh god, what now? Which can make your opponent, if you do this at a high level, certainly think that you're a little bit weaker in your holding than you are. And Adam goes for the bet call on the turn, ace king up against 5s. And he's just completely dead. Nemlik sees the good news there. It's going to be a jack of diamonds on the river. Nemlik now up to 9.8 million, and Adam, the chip leader. Might just be bemoaning his luck a little bit. I think that's what most people are thinking about in this situation. It's obviously a very clear fold. Oh, no! He's just gambling. Oh, he's had enough. He doesn't want to play the tournament anymore. He just sticks it in with 10 high. My word, what the hell are we seeing here? That is quite some punt. And Nemlik thinking, well, thanks for the donation, but, it's still no limit hold'em. Am I seeing this right? There looks to be chips behind. No, we are going to the races with King Jack versus 10-8, and it's something for both players on the Jack 8-4. So still needing to fade the 10 or the 8, but one is gone. So slightly improving his position is Nemlik. Deuce on the turn doesn't help anyone, and Nielsen here, who's just raised called it off with 10-8 offsuit, deciding that he wanted to punt and just go for the jugular, and it's the 10 on the river. That is absolutely insane. What a heroic play. So some playable hands here, ace 8-6 suited and 10-7 suited. Raise and a call most likely. No, some sort of 3-bet. Yeah, I think we're just seeing players get a little bit tired. Make some plays, and especially from Nielsen, you know, the 10-8 off and now the 10-7 3-bet. And wow, what a flop. A flop. We see a pair and a flush draw for Nielsen and a pair and a backdoor flush draw for Nielsen. And it's all in and a call. And just shoves the flop, gets called by the pair. Too strong in that situation. But he has a dominating lead now, and this would be to get back in even in chips. 7 on the turn gives him 2 pairs, so it's going to be a 6 or a 9 to give the win to Nemlik, any other card, and it's going to be even Stevens. The king on the river seals the deal for Nielsen, however, and we play 18 versus 18 million. Send the finishing blow to his opponent. Oh my god, what a hand we have here. Quads versus top 2. And flop gets check raised. Nemlik just peels with the bottom set. Nielsen betting 3.5. I think has played just to see another call here, nothing else to do. You've got flush draws completely dead. Best thing he'd want is to see a 10 or a 5. He doesn't. And the river 5 still playing. It's kind of difficult to put your opponent on much of a 3 that often. As Nielsen, who's obviously raised the flop, and he is going to go for one more. He's getting a little bit thin by this point, though, because the most likely hand is and you just can't write it in terms of dream scenarios. For Nemlik, flopping bottom set, turning that into quads on the turn, facing another bet, and he's going to go for the jam. And Nielsen here with 6.7 million behind, that's around about 20 big blinds. Don't think he's ever going to find his opponent bluffing in this situation. What even is a bluff here? They've bet called you on the flop, called the turn, and they've jammed over your river bet. It's going to be a flush at minimum, I believe, and I don't think there's even a hand like 6-7, which is a straight even knocking around. I'll hope for Nemlik there, as after his opponent seemed to be folding, he's taking another think about it. It would literally just have to be an airball with the bare ace for Nielsen to ever win this hand. Is he able to find the fold? I think he's just going to end up talking himself into a call now by the looks of the body language. Just sort of thinking, well, I've been thinking about it for a while, and there it is. There it is. Nemlik had a rough time trying to get it done. Got a couple of bad beats along the way. Does manage to take home that top prize of €30,000. That's an incredible run from him.